The legend of Maria Makiling. The enchantress of the mountain, nestled in the heart of Laguna in the Philippines, stands Mount Makiling, a lush peak shrouded in mist and myth. Here, among the whispering trees and winding trails, dwells Maria Makiling, the elusive guardian spirit whose beauty, power, and mystery have captivated generations. The origin of Maria Makiling legends speak of Maria Makiling as a powerful diwata, a nature spirit born from the heart of the mountain itself. Some say she was the daughter of Bathala, sent to guard the fertile land and protect its people. Others whisper that she once walked among mortals as a young maiden, only to retreat into the wilderness when her heart was broken. Whatever her origin, Maria Makiling became the eternal keeper of the mountain, her spirit woven into its forests, rivers, and winds. The enchanting beauty of Maria Makiling. Maria Makiling's beauty is legendary, her presence like a dream half remembered. She is said to have long black hair that flows like silk down to her feet, trailing behind her like shadows in moonlight. Her skin is golden as the morning sun, and her eyes shimmer with the emerald glow of forest leaves. She is often seen clad in a flowing gown woven from mist and dew, its silver threads glistening as she moves. Flowers bloom in her footsteps, and her laughter, soft as wind chimes, dances through the trees. Travelers tell of glimpsing her figure among the ferns, her delicate face vanishing like smoke before they can speak. Fishermen along Laguna de Bay claim to have seen her standing on the shore at dusk, her hair stirring in the evening breeze as she watches the fading sun. The protector of the forest, Maria Makiling, is a fierce guardian of her mountain. She tends to the trees, ensures rivers run clear, and nurtures the creatures that dwell in her domain. When hunters take more than they need, or when loggers threaten to destroy her sacred groves, Maria is known to intervene. Some tell of hunters who ignored her warnings and found their arrows turned to vines, their prey vanishing like mist. Others speak of loggers who woke to find their tools rusted and useless, the forest paths twisted into endless loops that led them nowhere. Yet Maria Makiling is not cruel. She is a guardian of balance. To those who respect the land, she offers her quiet blessing. Farmers speak of crops that flourish after leaving offerings at her forest shrine, while travelers tell stories of a warm breeze guiding them safely through the mountain's winding trails. The tale of Maria Makiling is lost love. One of the most enduring legends of Maria Makiling speaks of a love lost to fate. In this tale, Maria fell in love with a mortal man, a brave young farmer, fisherman, or warrior, depending on the version. Drawn to his kindness and courage, she would leave him gifts, golden fruits, rare herbs, or woven fabrics shimmering with enchantment. But their love was not to last. Some say the young man betrayed her, driven by greed or pride. Others claim he was drafted into war and never returned. Heartbroken, Maria retreated to her mountain, her once joyous presence fading into the shadows. From that day forward, she appeared only as a fleeting figure. Her warmth turned to wistful silence. The mountain's mist is said to be her sighs, and the sudden gusts that stir the trees are her whispers calling for her lost love. The signs of Maria Makiling legends warn travelers to watch for signs that Maria Makiling is near, and to behave accordingly. Sudden mists rolling down from the peak are believed to be her cloak, wrapping the forest in protection. Unseasonal blooms or trees bearing golden fruit are said to mark places blessed by her touch. Curved tree branches resembling a woman's profile are thought to be Maria Makiling's face, silently watching over her domain. Superstition tells that those who trespass with evil intent may find their path twisted, their compass spinning wildly, and their supplies inexplicably spoiled. The legacy of Maria Makiling. Today, Maria Makiling endures as a symbol of nature's power, mystery, and resilience. For farmers, she is a spirit of fertility and abundance, ensuring their harvest thrives. For travelers, she is a guardian of safe passage, watching over those who walk her trails with respect. For storytellers, she is a tragic figure, a woman of magic and love, forever bound to her mountain home. Legends say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely while walking the forest paths, you may hear Maria Makiling's soft voice calling from the mist, a whisper of warning or perhaps a gentle song of longing for a love lost to time. Would you like a retelling of her love story, a visual description of her enchanted mountain, Or perhaps a tale of a traveler encountering Maria Makiling herself? The Traveler and the Enchantress of Mount Makiling. The night was heavy with mist when Andres, a weary traveler, found himself lost on the slopes of Mount Makiling. The winding forest path had seemed clear at first, but as dusk fell, the air thickened with fog, swallowing the trees like smoke. His feet ached, and his provisions had dwindled to a few dry pieces of bread. Each step seemed to lead him deeper into the tangled woods. The shadows of twisted branches clawed at the sky, and strange whispers, like wind through reeds, danced at the edges of his hearing. The locals had warned him. Do not anger Maria Makiling. Walk her mountain with respect, or you may never leave. But Andres was desperate. His family's farm had withered from drought, and he believed the rumors of golden fruit hidden within the mountain's heart. Greed, not reverence, had brought him here. The Lady of the Mist as night deepened, Andres stumbled upon a clearing, a patch of earth untouched by shadow. In its center stood a bamboo hut, its walls twined with flowering vines that glowed faintly in the dark. From the mist, a figure emerged. She moved like drifting smoke, her gown woven from moonlight, flowing as if spun from clouds. Her hair cascaded in endless black waves, and her golden skin seemed to shimmer with an inner light. Andres froze, his breath caught in his chest. You wander far from your path, the woman said, her voice soft yet commanding. I'm lost, Andres stammered. Please, can you show me the way? The woman's gaze lingered on him, her dark eyes piercing, like twin pools reflecting starlight. I will guide you, she said at last. But first, you must rest. Andres was too tired to question her. He followed her into the bamboo hut, where a warm fire flickered in the hearth. The scent of fresh fruit filled the air, mangoes, guavas, and bananas piled high on a woven tray. She offered him a golden fruit unlike any he had seen before, its skin like burnished sunlight, its scent rich and sweet. Eat, she urged. This will restore you. The warning. Ignored as Andres bit into the fruit, warmth surged through him, easing his weariness. His vision sharpened, and the shadows seemed to retreat from the corners of the room. His hunger deepened. He reached for another fruit, then another. I would not take more than you need, the woman warned, her voice colder now. But Andres remembered the stories of travelers who claimed to have returned from Mount Makiling with golden fruit that never spoiled, that could be sold for endless riches. He stuffed several into his bag when she wasn't looking. I must leave now, he said hastily. The woman studied him for a long moment. Follow the path to the east, she said at last. Do not stray from it. Andres thanked her and hurried into the night, the stolen fruit weighing heavily in his pack. The forest's wrath. The path seemed clear at first, but soon the trees twisted into unfamiliar shapes. The air turned cold, and the once soft whispers grew louder, sharp and mocking. He walked faster, but the path looped back upon itself. The trees seemed to lean closer, their branches curling like grasping fingers. Thorns tore at his clothes. The air smelled of damp earth and decaying leaves. Andres stumbled and fell, his pack splitting open, the stolen fruit tumbling out onto the forest floor. As they struck the ground, they shriveled and blackened, turning to dust before his eyes. You were warned. The voice echoed from all directions, cold, sharp, and familiar. The wind howled, and through the swirling mist, he glimpsed her. Maria Makiling, her glowing eyes fixed upon him. You took what was not yours, she whispered, her voice like rustling leaves. Greed has no place here. Andres tried to run, but the ground seemed to shift beneath him. The trees closed in, their roots curling like serpents. His cries for help vanished into the wind. The morning after. When Andres awoke, he found himself at the foot of Mount Makiling, his pack empty and his body sore. The mountain loomed behind him, its peak veiled in morning mist. He staggered home, haunted by the memory of glowing eyes in the fog. His family's farm, once dry and lifeless, was now flourishing. Vines heavy with golden fruit, fields teeming with healthy crops. The locals whispered that Maria Makiling had shown mercy, sparing Andres but marking him with a lesson he would never forget. From that day forward, Andres never spoke ill of the mountain spirit. He warned others that Mount Makiling gives only to those who respect it, and to those who take without gratitude, Maria Makiling watches, and she never forgets. Would you like to explore Maria's emotional side, her connection to nature, or a tale of her aiding a deserving traveler? The kind stranger and Maria Makiling's gift. Long ago, in a quiet village at the foot of Mount Makiling, there lived a humble man named Dante. Dante was a woodcutter, not rich nor powerful, but known for his kindness. Though his days were spent gathering fallen branches from the mountain's edge, he never took more than he needed, and he always whispered a quiet prayer of thanks before leaving the forest. One summer, a terrible drought scorched the land. Rivers shrank to thin ribbons, and crops withered beneath the pitiless sun. Dante's village suffered greatly. Children cried from hunger, and families rationed what little they had. Despite his own struggles, Dante shared what food he could spare, even giving his last handful of rice to a starving neighbor. With no other choice, Dante decided to venture deeper into the mountain, hoping to find wild fruits or roots to feed his people. The encounter in the mist. The deeper Dante climbed, the stranger the forest became. The trees grew taller, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers. The air thickened with mist, and the usual chatter of birds and insects had fallen silent. As he pressed on, Dante stumbled upon a small creature, a weak and frightened deer, its leg caught in the roots of a tree. Its fur was sleek and white, and its eyes shimmered like starlight. "Easy now," Dante whispered, kneeling beside it. Carefully, he pried the tangled roots apart. The deer limped free, pausing just long enough to look back at him before vanishing into the trees. "You have a kind heart." The voice was soft yet strong, like the wind weaving through bamboo. Dante turned and found himself face to face with a radiant figure. She stood barefoot on a carpet of moss, her hair cascading down her back like woven ink. Her gown shimmered, woven from mist and light, and her golden skin seemed to glow from within. "You are Maria Makiling," Dante breathed, his voice barely above a whisper. "I am," she answered, her dark eyes studying him. "And you have done well to show mercy when you thought no one was watching." The gift Maria Makiling extended her hand, and from her palm grew a small vine, curling upward like a living thread. 3 golden fruits emerged, glowing softly like captured sunlight. "These are my gift to you," she said. "One fruit will cure any illness. Another will bring abundance to barren soil. The third," her gaze sharpened, "will reveal the truth in a deceiver's heart." "But beware," she warned, her voice lowering. "These fruits are precious. Use them wisely, and only for the good of others." Dante knelt in gratitude. "I swear it." The village's salvation, Dante returned home with the precious fruits, keeping Maria's warning close to his heart. He sliced the first fruit and brewed it into a tea for the village, as sick. The fever-stricken children soon laughed and played in the streets. The second fruit he crushed into the soil of a farmer's failing field, and within days, green shoots pushed through the cracked earth. The crops flourished, and the once starving village feasted in celebration. But Dante kept the final fruit, the one that revealed truth, hidden away. He knew that such a gift was powerful and dangerous. The betrayal. Unveiled one evening, a wealthy merchant arrived in Dante's village. He claimed to have purchased the villagers' land, declaring they must pay him or leave their homes. The villagers panicked, knowing they could never gather enough silver to meet his demands. Desperate, Dante invited the merchant to his home. Over a humble meal, he sliced the final fruit and offered the merchant a piece. The man scoffed but accepted, and as soon as the golden fruit passed his lips, his true nature was revealed. His words turned twisted and garbled, and the villagers glimpsed shadows flickering about him, the dark aura of greed and deception. Fearing the power of the enchanted fruit, the merchant fled and was never seen again. Maria Makiling's legacy. The village thrived in the years that followed, never forgetting the kindness of the woodcutter, or the blessing of the mountain spirit. Dante never sought fame or fortune for what he had done. Instead, he quietly returned to his simple life, offering prayers of gratitude whenever he gathered fallen branches from Mount Makiling's edge. And on rare evenings, when the mist curled low over the earth and the wind sang through the trees, Dante would smile, knowing that somewhere among the shadows, Maria Makiling was watching over them still,